Good evening. Uh, I yeah, I'm welcome to. I don't know why I was struggling to start this. Um, you're all very welcome to another episode of The Quiet Between, a moment in our Emberlight Saga story where we get a chance to learn a little bit more about the world, the guild, and the people who make it up. Those quiet moments between missions for them to connect, explore, um, and even delve into their backgrounds and stories. Uh, Before I jump into tonight's session and we kick things off with Barrett, I just want to flag that the Emberlight Saga and occasionally The Quiet Between touches on some heavy themes. There tends to be horror, both in the sense of supernatural and psychological. The setting is inspired very heavily by grim, dark fantasy in an apocalypse. We've emotional, heavy beats, um, grief, loss, hopelessness, all of that encompassing to explore our story. So if those are not things that you are particularly comfortable with, if those are things that you don't enjoy, then there's plenty of other D8 Dungeon content out there that you could check out. Um, why not take a look at our ridiculous podcast, Romancing the Dungeon, if you're into things a bit more comedic, with a bit of romance and some drama, but definitely on slightly lighter side, especially the first two seasons. This season currently not so light, but uh, the um, the I think that's done now, Zool. There's uh, that's our kind of our preamble and our content warning uh, for the Emberlight Saga and the session. Um, my name is Declan, and I am the game master. And tonight, I am joined by Tony, who plays Barrett, and a little bit later, I'll be joined by Kate, who plays Griblina, but I think the word play and Griblina don't go together. So I think Kate, who is Griblina, is my will be joining us after the break to explore a little bit of Griblina's background. So without any more delay, I think we will kick things off. Um, and Barrett, outside of the dormitory room in the guild hall in Varan City, rain pours down heavily. It spatters loudly against the window pane. You can hear it whistling through the stopgaps, the repairs that have been put in place ever since the incident nearly 3 weeks ago when a stranger crashed through uh, the Emberlight Guild Hall. It's late at night, and you've you've found yourself sort of lying there thinking and wondering. And in the haze of that, it's one of those things where we're never really certain when we fall asleep or how we fell asleep. But as as you find yourself drifting off, there's a brief moment where just as your eyes close, you you hear something in the room. The floorboard, a chair. It's the groan of old wood do you do?
I I just look to see where it is coming from. Like
Wi- Yeah.
I mean, like if I hear shell beep, I just turn to see who this baby shell. In case is someone having trouble sleeping, so I can check to show they're okay.
As you turn, and it again, it's a dormitory room. There are other people here. There are other people taking rest. There's um currently the guild is has taken in over 30 orphans, and you are looking for a place for them to stay. So any spare beds, any open spaces are being used to help house them and provide them some shelter and comfort. So hearing that sound uh, isn't anything out of the ordinary. But as you turn and look, and it's a thing of just over your shoulder, peering out, uh, you do see something move, and then it kind of stops, and it's not something; it's someone. There, there's two people here. You see a rather tall, furbolg man standing, and his back is against the wall. He's wearing heavy steel armor. Next to him in the chair, you see he had helped somebody into it. He had bundled somebody into it. They're wearing, again, dark steel pauldrons, like a heavy cloak and a dress, but their face is hidden. There's a hood pulled up. And just as you kind of start to make shape of them in the dark, somebody just moves across the foot of the bed and just presses uh, presses their back into the small sort of closet, the little wardrobe next to yours, and looking down at you, you see a half elf man wearing a thick black cowl, leather armor, and he just smiles at you.
I think we are look at them. You think look look can be it's actually was we are one look at have app and just try to see it is same person as thought is Paris as it's actually Paris.
The elven, half elven man, uh, just the smile kind of widens. It's been a while, Barrett.
Yes, it have been way too long. I'm trying to keep going. It's my house every night. every day I'm trying to keep going, but you all are still in my mind every day, even I those special that to my people, but you are all of by close to me. You are what keeps me going, even tempting.
The woman scoffs. You hear kind of a it's a hard click of her tongue against her teeth, and she moves she moves very, very slowly in the chair, and she kind of just reaches up and you kind of just see her hand disappear into the hood. Um, you haven't aged a day, friend.
And I might look same, but it sounds everything changed from that day. I level same, but it's good to see you. Yeah, I have been too long. Um, I, I don't know what to say because, like I said, 2 hours, you are very close to me as level 18 and level sub tiki about you.
The woman leans forward, and the Furbolg man at her side kind of reaches out to hold her, to like steady her, and she kind of just swats his hand away. You keep us in your heart.
Always, you are always in my house, but you, uh, you know that I stop praying since that day, but I never use you in my house. You are in my house forever.
She, you see her reach to the rim of the hood, Barrett, and she pulls it back. And you see that the left side of her face is burned. The burns go the whole way back along her head. Her hair gone. The skin is blistered and blackened. Her left eye is a weeping puddle. Keep your pleasantries. It's your guilt that keeps us in your mind. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. I got 10.
Goody. Um, you when you see her and you take her in, and as she leans in, like her face is illuminated slightly by some of the lamplight. Barrett, it's time to wake up, and you feel somebody just kicking at your boot. And as your eyes open, you see Helena, this uh, a member of your squad, a member of your platoon, your order, um, young, late 20s, uh, jet black hair pulled into two very, very neat and tidy braids that are sort of woven together down her back. She wears um, a sort of a burnt rust red cloak over a deep red dress. Two large black steel pauldrons just sitting on her shoulders, and she's nudging your boot with hers, trying to rouse you from your sleep.
I, I, I say, okay, I'm up, I'm waking up, but yes,
You consider yourself lucky that the captain isn't here today.
but Captain, bring a big fish, Captain.
Our our captain. The, oh, and
Sorry,
she just like she does. She places her fingers on her forehead and how much did you drink last night, Barrett? I told Zaf to go easy on you, and you see her kind of like her face is she kind of grimaces a little bit. Where is that oaf? Um get yourself in order. We have to move out. The village is a couple of hours hike from here. So um we're leaving in 5. And she heads off and she starts roaring for Zaf. In fact, she finds nearby a pan and a stick and she starts like banging it, making as much as loud a noise as she possibly can. Um, there is a bit of a headache behind your eyes, Barrett. You don't know if it's the morning sun. You don't know if it's the how many pints was it last night? Uh, it's all a bit foggy. Um, but yes, you're on the road. You're going to the village. The name the name is gone. And as you look around, it's a very very simple canvas tent. Some of your belongings nearby, um, a well maintained iron sword lying just within arm's reach. You get a sickening wave of deja vu.
just a quick question.
Mhm.
Is is this more is it a real that it is dream?
This feels incredibly real.
As as talked about some has do that again. I have to. So I kiss up, try to buy water or something to splash on my face, hoping that it might wake me up.
Um, as you kind of get up and you start looking and getting your belongings and getting yourself together, um, outside you hear a small commotion. You hear Helena scolding Zaf. He had already been up. He had been up and gone out for a morning run. The best way to get over a headache is to run a couple of miles. Um, and there's a vague recollection of, yeah, you said you'd be up before the crow sings and you'd join in for that run. And as you think about the amount you drank, there is a little, and then you just see a hand just appear inside the tent as Marius hands you a like a little uh, flask full of water.
Take a boys. Just give me a second. I just take a few sip. they pull over the heads to hope to be
Give
best.
give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Yeah. I got 18 for 8.
18.
For 8,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Uh, he, as you take the water, he's also holding kind of a. At first, you thought it was a bucket or a bowl, but it's actually a helmet. Um, and then he kind of squats down to kind of look at your complexion. Oh, my mistake. You aren't looking as bad as I had thought. Helena is just making a mountain out of a molehill as always. You're ready then, because if you don't get a move on, she's probably going to kill us before we get to the village.
Yes, or must be battle. Yes, our eyes ready to go. And,
Brilliant.
and just be sure I have kill ready to go.
Um, at this moment, a huge, mastiff hound just barrels into the tent. Uh, Herodotus, no, Herodotus, we've talked about this. And Marius grabs the hound by the collar and is trying to pull him out of the tent. We'll let you finish up. Maybe I can get Herodotus to distract Helena. Um, and he lets you, Barrett, he lets you kind of finish up um, and kind of get yourself organized. Later on, as you it's one of those things, as you step out of the tent, you find yourself looking down a small road. Over your shoulder, there's a woods, the woods that you had camped in, and it's that thing of, oh, you don't remember walking here. Down the road, you see a what remains of a village. And there are plumes, pillars of thick black smoke rising.
And behind, look towards the base of this possibly feel nervous because we don't know what is going on there. It could be something big bad happening, or it could be just something that was absolute photo. And so I try to pray to myself just to find courage to get some warm from praying for some reason. Praying to not be same as use like I can hear words, but I don't feel the warmth from my brain. As
Marius just kind of elbows you. Uh, the captain's not here, lad. You don't have to pray. It's she's not listening. And he kind of points upwards to the sun, and it's kind of behind some thick clouds. But you can just about make it out. Uh, leave him alone, Marius. Uh, take Barrett, you, Marius, and the beast. Take point. Don't approach anybody, but get as close as you can to the village and report back.
yes, behind big boys. As thick as behind two boys. Boys. Dog. Just go to show and beat them.
Um,
Yeah.
Herodotus just as you kind of put a hand out, he nuzzles into you. He presses his thick, heavy, hard skull into you. Um, he is a uh, sort of a black chocolate mastiff. You can kind of see these, it's like a dark caramel color fur, and he just has these two kind of glowing, not yeah, just very bright yellow eyes, and his tongue is hanging out of his mouth and he's slobbering, but he just presses his head into your hand, and as he does, and you feel him,
I
you
just
you feel his weight in your hands, and you're on your knees, and Herodotus isn't moving, and you can smell smoke and blood. You can hear, you can hear, you can hear Marius fighting for his life in the building just up ahead, and it's happening so fast. And the dog, who would do that to an animal? And then Marius appears in the doorway.
sorry. Sorry boys. Dude, I'm not able to do much about no dog. But uh, I'm I'm sorry, but are you okay? I hear you Friday.
He takes a couple of steps forward from the doorway, and he's about 40, 50 feet in front of you. The steps are shaky, and he just looks down. And then you see it, Barrett. There is a large curved blade sticking out of his chest.
Boys, boys, I right two balls. Boys try to
He starts
back
shaking his,
me.
he's shaking his head like as you get up to run, uh he's no lad, run, and you just see a hand raise up behind his throat and pull a blade across it.
I just scream. No! I try. Sorry, just quick question. Do I see hustle or just hide?
Give me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Sorry, because ET I ever should ever.
Okay. You you focus as you feel your heart just beating so hard in your chest, the stench of smoke catching at the back of your throat and inside your nostrils, the blood from Herodotus on your hands. You see the light just go out of Marius's eyes. The figure in the doorway. And then there is just this flash of heat, Barrett. And you hear Helena screaming. You hear the roar of Zaf bellowing outwards. What are you doing, Barrett? What are you doing? Get up! Get up! And you feel these hands on your back just pulling at you. And you hear this huge crashing sound. And as you look up, your vision blurry. You taste blood in your mouth. Helena is looking at you and she is covered in dirt, and you can see the smear and smudge of soot on her face. She looks absolutely exhausted, and she's desperately trying to kind of rouse you from your state.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. You just Boris. We just lost Boris. We we have to do something because this is going out of control. We need to regroup on something.
She's nodding, like she's nodding, and she reaches for your arm to kind of pull you up over her shoulder.
Will this Saf?
A As you say this, as you ask where Zaf is, two things happen. The first and the most immediate is this horrible pain just rips through your body. And you look down, and your left leg is twisted. You can see bone. And as the agony, as the nerves light up, and this crackling pain rips through you, there is a crashing sound. And Helena kind of looks over her shoulder, and as you follow, you just see Zaf standing there. Kind of, his armor is in tatters. It's been cut, and you can see blood. It's been torn. You can see jagged pieces of metal. He looked like he's breathing. Helena, it's done. And Helena's eyes widen with fright as the rubble behind Zaf shifts and moves. And the Furbolg turns. And you see him kind of reach down to check. What are you doing?
I try to say back the Swiss.
Yeah.
I try to push hard or harder so to try to push to pain to try walk towards Saf. But as her up. Even in lots of pain. But I don't want to leave Saf out because what happened to Paris is still fresh in my mind. That cause goes everywhere, right in front of my eyes. I don't want to see
Helena is. Yeah, sorry. Go for it. Finish.
that. It's just trying to keep going because we all need to be together to wish or chaos before you do it. That's why you try to get rid of evil is lots of pain from Street's neck.
Helena, as you go to move, Barrett, as you sort of hobble forward, Helena is a little frightened. Helena is a little slower to act than you. But as you sort of stumble, she kind of goes with you reluctantly, just the pull of your weight against her. And she and you stagger towards Zaf, and you can hear him rooting, like he's looking for something or someone. He, he was just he was in here. I and he goes to stand up, and when he does, you hear just the clattering of stone, and it happens so fast. There's a flash of light. You feel this intense heat, and you can feel Helena's like hand is still holding you. She's still got your shoulder, like your hand around her shoulder. She's holding on to you, but you can just feel this blazing fire from her. The light dies away, and you're outside the village. You don't see Zaf, but you see the embers of a burning hand from Helena. And she looks like she can barely hold herself up. And you at the same time. Barrett, we have to get out of here. We have. I don't. I. Zaf's dead. Marius is dead. I don't want to die here. I, and like you see her trying to compose herself.
I look at her, look until what die either. I big question, is she
Burned? No,
bored
no,
or just
no.
able?
Sorry, the fire was coming from her hand.
I just, but has our whole has, you see, we, we have to go because we going out of coastal. We have to get out of here ourselves. Come on, let's go. As it, do you say Sap is gone?
You can see there's some tears in her eyes as she nods her head. She doesn't want to say it, but she nods as you ask her if Zaf is gone.
It's just, but has, oh, has a whole shake. You see, oh, it's just that we be get out together.
Yeah, she. Again, you don't know where she's pulling it from. You don't know where you're pulling it from, Barrett. But she pushes onwards that road up and away from the village towards the woods where you had made the camp the night before. It's it's almost night now. It's it's so strange. And as you as you look back towards the village just over your shoulder. You hear this scream of agony as Helena erupts in flame. And in that motion, she shoves you away. And you watch as the sorceress is just engulfed in fire. She twists and screams and throws herself to the ground, but the flames don't let up, and the forest and the twisting trees and branches are illuminated. And then she goes quiet, and the flames extinguish.
I sound Hannah, Hannah. I try to touch her chest. She trying to because I was hiding. It was trying to heal her. I trying to pray. I trying to just all it was what has a whole shake as ours has a chest. They say please don't die. I
As you,
can't.
yep, sorry, Tony.
Yeah, I say I can't cope with you all. You are my last hope. You are what keep me going. We are using. Please don't die. Don't give up. Please go back.
As you reach down and you see the left side of her bar is just burnt. Like it's the skin is blackened. There's no life there. There's no pulse. The woods fall incredibly silent. And you hear a groan of timber, a creak, like a floorboard or an old chair. And you realize you're in your room. You're in the dorm room in the guild. Your body is covered in sweat. And you hear that creaking sound again. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for the last time.
Okay. Because Trey,
You, over your shoulder, you see a figure moving. And they shift in and out between trees and between shadow. And for the faintest moment, you catch a glimpse. It was a child. And you wake up. Zaf isn't there. Helena isn't there. Marius isn't there. You can hear the rain outside pattering against the window pane. You are drowned in sweat.
That is just we up. It was so confused. But they do they wish has also the pill to check be sure that empty Saga is still there because it keep Saga auto pill to keep it safe as you look at you has a sign has a little believed that is here as it was back auto pill.
You, as you check for the dagger, and your hand finds the familiar feel of the scabbard, you feel a little steadier. You feel a little more grounded. It's been so many years. And it's not that you had ever forgotten Zaf, Helena, and Marios. They are with you. They're all with you. But that night, that day, is a faded scar. The night 3 of Irif's vanguard were slain. You were the only survivor. Marius, Zaf, Helena, killed by a figure you couldn't describe, by a shadow, by a monster.
Or chance it could be anything. But is something that shook is him forever. Even as he tried to remember after Apple is tempting because Helen, South Paris, they all died. It wasn't me. The deepest ways. That's is something for that believe him because he will not cause of him will be responsible for them to die because they tried to save me and they got killed. Jack Helen is trying to also to me and she got both. And Paris came out. We are trying to tell him if it's okay. It cut across neck. It wasn't me. That is something in whose level forgave himself. One, because his survival cost was assumed to not forgive himself.
For the first time in over a century, Barrett, as you relive that And again, it's that thing. The dream felt so real. You recall their deaths. Marius fighting for his life inside the collapsing house. Zaf struggling with this monstrous strength of something underneath the rubble, and Helena burned alive, her magic twisted back on her. Nothing has changed. The guilt and the shame are still a weight around your neck. But there's something new. There's a little piece of the story that you didn't have. There was a child there. On that day, the day Marius, Zaf, and Helena were killed. They were killed by a child. And that is where we're going to leave Barrett's quiet between.
I is as well as was boys.
I told you, Tony, before we started.
Yeah, but you cost me good.
Thank you so much.
What place? Taking.
I am. Yeah, if like I said, I'm. This when Tony and I were talking about Barrett as a character many months ago, and I checked. Tony gave me full permission to mess with Barrett's backstory. So this is the beginning of me messing with that backstory. But I will, if you want, I can help give Tony some of the pieces or where I'm thinking of going with this. But big thank you, Tony, for that. That was I loved it. That was so much fun. We're going to take a quick break for about maybe 5-10 minutes, and when we come back, we're delving into the fragments of Driblina's past. So we'll see you then. If I can find the button or wherever my mouse is. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find my mouse. We're on a break. We'll see you back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Peace. And we are back. And if you're just joining us, we're exploring the world of the Emberlight Saga in our spin-off, The Quiet Between, where we look at the characters and the guild, who they were and are, and how the world is shaping them. And we started tonight's session by looking into the pieces of uh, memory that Barrett has that come to him when he dreams. We're now picking up with Grublina. And as you find yourself standing there, Grublina, at the bottom of the burrow, that narrow tunnel, and so much of it has collapsed. You can feel how cold it is down here, how damp. You can smell Pip. And what little remains of him is in your arms. And strewn about you are the remnants of what he has left behind. Above the den, you can hear them talking. They're making a plan. Chernos shouts at you. You hear his voice commanding you out of the tunnel. And then you hear Malin as you lose yourself in your thoughts and memories. Well, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
I have. I don't know if you're going about this the right way.
Right or wrong, you'll get your answers.
I like answers. Fine.
I'm going to need a little bit of detail, Grublina, if you. What do you remember from before?
I remember a room with wood paneling that was dark. Walls and walls of books. The smell of sulfur and ozone and lemon. Glass windows with a soap bubble sheen. And delicate machinery made of some sort of silver wire on a long table. That's it.
How do you feel when you think about that place?
Angry. What would you expect?
Anger is good.
I do remember more. I remember brooms and buckets and pushing me out of the room, downstairs and out into
Who?
Foggy nothing. I
Who's
don't
pushing?
know.
Who's pushing? Breathe. You remember brooms and buckets, but you can't remember the hands. Close your eyes, Gerblina. Feel their hands on you.
I hate their hands. But I
But their
remember their feet.
big or small.
Normal human size. Their hands were manicured.
So, they took care of themselves.
Satin slippers.
They had good things then. Nice, fine things.
Fine things. No fineness in themselves.
Focus on that for me. Turn around. Look at them. They wear expensive things, but they
Yes.
don't themselves come from wealthy stock. What do they look like, Gerblina?
They looked like carved stone. Perfect. Perfect statuary. To stand in a garden with an urn of flowers.
What color are their eyes?
Hate.
But if you were to say blue or green, brown, red,
I can't be sure. They moved.
their hair.
I saw one with a ponytail atop her head. It made her look 6 inches taller.
So there was
It
a
was
woman.
black. They were all women. That's new. They were all women.
There's a knocking on the door. Grublina, that's so much more than you told me before. You're remembering things.
Maybe. Maybe you
There's,
just deserve more.
well, between yourself and myself, I have been talking to Valara and Orowine about a raise.
A raise?
It was a joke, Grublina. I'm volunteering. I don't get paid. Humor. Remember, we use it to ingratiate ourselves to other people and make them smile and be happy and make friendships.
Hmm.
You have to talk to other people in the guild, Grublina, outside of myself.
I do.
Hissing and spitting is not really communicating with people. Yes, I know you and Tilo hissed and spit at each other quite a bit, but
Well, that was fun.
she gets up out of the chair. Like she doesn't ask you to follow her at that, but you see her move. You're in the attic. It's where Malin has spent the last couple of months. She's moved out of her room. She's given it over to make it into another dormitory, smaller one, but another dormitory. She's kind of burrowed herself into a corner in the attic. And she moves to the stairwell. I'll be back, I promise. And we'll work on jokes. I have a good few up my sleeve. And she heads down the stairs. You hear a door open and she's talking to somebody.
While she's turned, I look at her desk. The paper's there.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
One moment, please. 13.
As you kind of just fix, and it's not much of a desk. It's not like you'd see down in her main office below in the council room, just off the forge, the main guild hall. It's more of a sort of a dressing table, writing desk, all kind of comboed, and there's even an empty bowl of dried fruit, cracked nutshells sitting on it as well. But there is a letter. There's an envelope, and you can just make out and I need to go find it very, very quickly. And I was like, oh, I could just search there. There's got to be oodles and oodles of messages. But bear with me for 2 seconds. Nope. Hang on. Sorry, apologies. I should have had this prepared, but I did not have this. But I think this is brilliant. So, haha, haha. I knew this would be the fastest way to find it. You just see it's a small, so the corner of a letter sticking out of an envelope. You can just see the top 2 sentences. To the one who takes my seat. You may not feel ready for this. That is not a failing. None. And that's all you see. I don't think she'll be best pleased, but we can ask her, okay? All right. And you hear Malin kind of coming back up the stairs, and there's a second set of footsteps behind her. Quiet, light footsteps on the stairs. Griblina, I think that's really all we have time. I'll speak to Orowine, and I'll see if there's anything more we can dig up with this. There's a lot there that you've given us today. I have something to ask of you, though. Have I introduced you to Pip Greenbottle? And she gestures to nobody beside her. And then she realizes he's still standing behind her on the step. And you see this small halfling, and he's small for a halfling. He he's actually shorter than Griblina. Dusty brown hair, just a mop of curls sitting underneath a flat cap. And he's standing there with kind of a satchel around his shoulders. Have you've met Pip? Pip, you've met.
No.
Well, no. We, uh, uh, Miss Gabrina and I met on the stairs.
No, we didn't.
Well, no, we wait. What? Maybe, and you see, he's so incredibly nervous. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe I'm just maybe. Never mind. It doesn't matter. And he kind of just tucks his head down, and Malin just kind of looks at you and kind of turns her head slightly.
What?
Maybe lead with a joke. A simple hello. Actually, we'll start there. Say hello.
Hello. Pip.
Hello, Miss Griblina.
What do you want?
She's now eyeing him to. I've been. I needed to deliver some letters to Goylock, and I heard that Malin, and you see her, she's now eyeing him to say, "Don't mention my name. Don't bring my name into this." I need. Well, I was wondering, would you be able to, as a lantern warden, be my guardian on the trip? It, I hope it's okay that I asked you that. Oh, she'd love to, Pip. Oh, she'd love to go out there. Oh, look, she's enraptured with the idea, aren't you, Griblina?
Not really.
There, she's only kidding. She loves jokes. And well, that's it then, Griblina. If you want to take the young Mr. Greenbottle out to Greylock, and I'll have Cook have something nice for you when you get back.
It's not far. I can do this. How fast can you walk?
He is saying the same thing to himself. It's not far. I can do this. And then, pretty fast. I was the fastest of all my brothers and sisters.
Right. Let's leave.
Goodbye, Malin.
Oh, goodbye, Malin. Goodbye, Malin.
Goodbye, Gabrina. I'll speak to Oroine and I'll let him know, and hopefully we'll hear something back.
Thank you.
You see her, she just puts a hand on her heart and she smiles at you.
I turn, head low, shoulders high, push past Pip onto the stair. All of my things are ready to go in my room. So I take them and I stand in the forge, waiting for him.
he's late.
You're late.
He comes down with a rucksack, and it is brimming with everything. You see bedrolls. There's 3 water cantinas. There's a lantern. There's a small hammer and pickaxe hanging off the side of it. And he has that satchel over his shoulders as well, and that's bursting to the brim with letters and mail to be delivered. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Gabriela. I put the bag down. I put the bag down upstairs in the hearts room. I couldn't find it. So then I thought I would just retrace all my steps. But I was wearing all of this. But I'm ready to go now.
I hope so.
And he's red in the face.
How far is it to Gwaylock?
Out to the marshes, it's kind of it's 4-ish hours on foot. And you'd be heading east. Now, the swamp marshes of Gwaylock are actually quite expensive. But the community of Gwaylock lives on the fringes. That's why it's only 4 hours. So you'd make it. They're not living in the swamp, but they're living on the edge of it. So you'd make it to Gwaylock in kind of 4 hours. If you head off now, you'd make it by kind of late afternoon, and you'd be back before night.
How long do you think you can carry all that?
Oh, well, until my legs give out, which won't happen.
Come with me. I lead him outside the guild building, and in front of the main entrance, I cast a brief ritual called Phantom Seed. Now, for most wizards, their Phantom steeds look like they're made of cloud or soap bubbles or fairy floss. Mine is made of mud. Half of its head is sliding backwards, and it's got a bristle tail standing straight up in the air, and a mane that looks like it was from a broom. Get on the horse. It's also a pony.
Like a little Shetland pony.
Yeah.
Pip is just staring wide-eyed at this thing.
Get on the pony.
Oh, of course. It's just... It's amazing.
It's just magic.
Yeah, but... I can't do that.
Are you a wizard?
No. Well, I thought
well, there's why.
Oh, okay. Sorry. And he climbs up onto the pony and then just kind of puts its head down. On the steed, it's only going to take you about 2 hours to get there.
Okay. I will climb up behind him, and we will ride very quickly. It's a fast horse, pony, to the Gwaylock swamps. But when we arrive, I say, we leave the pony here.
Can I just above table ask if there's anybody in chat who can draw? I would love to see Griblina and Pip Greenbottle sitting on top of a Shetland pony made of mud. I I think it's the cutest thing in my brain. It's incredibly adorable. But sorry.
Her legs kind of sink into it.
That's what I was kind of imagining. Like I just like this, and then like as the pony is running, like galloping, like the mud is actually flying off of it. Like there's like it's rippling and like droplets of it are splashing on the ground the entire time. Even though, if we can, I know we've arrived, but on the way, let's say, um, Pip for the first hour doesn't say anything. Gabrina. He's just he's 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 making a mental note of the path, the route, what to look for, landmarks, noticing that you are following the Varan city wall for most of this first hour anyway. Um, but as Varan veers into the distance and the terrain gets a bit more wild, more wetland, he does kind of pipe up. Uh, are you are you from are you from Guelok?
I've lived there.
Um,
Are you from Guelach?
No, no, no. I'm from I'm from Castel, to the northwest. The big fort city.
I see.
Is it nice?
Guelach? No, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Oh,
It's a swamp.
okay. What should I be prepared for?
Well, it's filthy. It's filled with animals that want to kill you. And the paths are boggy,
Okay.
where they exist at all.
Oh, okay. So don't wander off, is what I'm hearing.
No,
Do you know anybody there?
nobody alive.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
Well, you, I, what? And he's struggling to kind of find the words. Well, if there's nobody there that you know anymore, and they've all passed on, that's, you know, um, sad, and I'm sorry.
Oh, that hadn't really occurred to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean. Oh. I. Uh, and he like he again. He's struggling to find the words.
It's okay. Most of them were dead when I met them.
And he stops talking. He's trying to make that make sense, and everything he comes up with in his mind is terrifying. Um, uh, were your friends the undead? Were your friends liches? Were you just hanging out with dead things? And he's his imagination kind of runs wild with him. Um, and for the rest of the journey, he doesn't ask any more questions. But you do catch him humming a little song.
What are you humming?
Oh, it's just something my my nana sings.
How does it go?
And he sings a song. It's basically it's Wild Mountain Thyme, but it's all about a the mountain is it's all about this huge spiraling peak that overlooks just this valley of wildflowers. And there is this beautiful tower. And the song is about the woman who yearns to meet her love once again at this tower. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
20.
As he sings, it's not the melody. It's the picture the words paint. You know that tower. It's not lemon you were smelling. It was geranium leaf. And it grows wild in the mountains. And you arrive at Gwaylock. The village is a cluster of cottages, all set round a sort of a river bend here in the wetlands and swamp and marshes. And as you arrive, the heat, the humidity, Pip kind of starts to pull at some of his clothes to try and let himself breathe. His back is already dripping sweat between the weight of the rucksack. But now with the heat, it's incredibly uncomfortable. And he slides off of the pony. And you see he's covered in mud now as well. But the bag, the courier bag filled with letters, is impeccable.
I get down from the pony and I unsummon it, and all the mud on our persons disappears with the phantasm of the pony. But, Pip, you have too much stuff.
And he points to the bag with the letters.
No, this. And I yank on his rucksack.
And he kind of waddles with it. Well, it's just some of the other lantern wardens, and the Ember Bears, were saying you always go out as prepared as possible.
You've got me. You're prepared. Let me carry that.
No, I couldn't. And like he's,
If you fall over, I'm going to leave you.
okay, yeah. And he kind of he shuffles the rucksack around his shoulders a little bit, trying to find a more comfortable spot for the weight. I'm ready. Do I just put the letter? And he kind of like he's looking for like a post box or anything. Where? How? I don't know anybody here. I don't know anybody's name. Where do I put the letters?
You look at the names. You find a person who can talk. When you ask them where the name is.
Oh, okay. And he literally walks up to the first.
Or where the mail goes.
He walks up to the first house, and he knocks on the door, and a lizard folk woman answers it. There's a you can see Pip talking to her. She's looking at him. She's looking at the rucksack. She's looking at the bag. She shakes her head and she slams the door. She said she didn't want to buy anything.
It's because you have too much stuff. And also because you probably didn't speak fast enough. I don't know. I don't deliver things to people.
Okay.
Let's go find a town building.
Okay. Yeah. And he's like, do they have a mayor? Or a council? Or
maybe. Let's go find that.
And like he's shaking his head with absolutely no confidence whatsoever, but he's still smiling at you a little bit. Okay. Okay. That, and he points to like one of the like there's only about 3 or 4 buildings here in Gwaylock that are more than a second floor. And he kind of points to one, and it vaguely looks familiar. I mean, it is actually called the Watering Hole. You never ventured inside it. They were loud and obnoxious. It is the local tavern.
That's a tavern. We'll try it.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah, and maybe everybody who needs to get the messages is they're all in there.
I find that extremely unlikely, but not impossible.
And he walks towards the tavern. It's a ramshackle wooden framed structure. A couple of windows on the ground floor are broken. You can see some of the locals kind of hanging outside the front of it, and they eye up Pip first, and you see this large orc gentleman step in front of him to block his path. That'll be 3 gold pieces. And Pip reaches into his pockets.
Pip, stop.
1.
He's extorting you.
No,
Sir, get out of the way.
Is that rivals? What?
I'm going to grab his cup and toss it in his face.
And he kind of just wipes it off. Well, now it's 5 gold pieces each. And like again, Pip is reaching into his pocket and he's taking out
Pip,
extra.
Stop. I did not want to have to do this to you. However, I am going to speak the words of prestidigitation and cause his pants to be soiled.
What does it, not the soiled pants, but what does the magic look like for Grublina?
The magic looks like Griblina going like this. and some vague pattern occurring between her fingers. Just enough to let him know that I did it.
There's an eruption of laughter from the others outside the front as he kind of looks down. And he sees that the front of his pants is wet. Uh, I, what the hell? And he runs off. It was obviously, and he points to you. It was obviously Kribel's, and he's running into one of the other buildings, one like further up the road, to get a fresh pair of pants. And Pip is trying his best to smother a laugh.
You can laugh. It was funny.
Okay. And he just bursts out laughing.
Go in.
Yes, okay, yeah. But that guy was like 7 foot tall, and he's like.
Well, I didn't want to kill him.
Yeah, but you made him pee his pants.
People find that embarrassing.
Well, yeah. My brothers made fun of me for wetting the bed.
It's not actually embarrassing. It's just your body.
And that makes sense to him. And he just kind of nods as he heads inside. Griblina, is that you? And there's a half-elf woman and a lizard folk woman beside her, kind of behind the bar.
Yes.
Well, what are you doing back in Gwaylock and in our little dive bar?
It's not a bad place. This boy wants to deliver some messages.
Oh, is that your
My what?
son? Nephew?
No.
And the lizard folk woman beside her, she's having it like she's watching the half elf dig a bigger hole for herself, and she's trying not to have a laugh.
My temporary ward.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, temporary ward. What you've got messages? And she kind of reaches over the bar down to him. Yeah, I if you want to pass everything up, I can take a look and I can let you know. And he got like Pip kind of looks to you.
Well,
Yes, sorry.
this one is okay.
And he kind of nods. My name is Pip Greenbottle. I'm a kindling at the Emberlight Guild, and he kind of points to a little sigil of the Emberlight on his right shoulder. Like there's a little emblazoned leather patch. Pip, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Prudence, and this is Flo. And she points to this folk woman, and you're welcome to our little tavern here in Gwaylock. Now, who exactly? And she reaches for the envelope, and she starts. Well, you can just leave that stuff here because these people will be. And she's making little piles of stuff. Oh, you've got a parcel for Tilo.
Ugh.
And they both kind of like look at each other and then look at you. He doesn't really frequent the bar, and he's a little further out of the village. He keeps himself to himself ever since, Griblina.
I have nothing to say.
And Pip kind of looks to you and looks back at them. So you you don't mind if people, and she's like, no, honey, everybody, this is what people do. There's nowhere else and nothing else to do in Gwelock, so we can hold on to these, and I'll make sure that this pile gets out to everybody else. But that one, and she gestures to the little, it's like a rectangular box. That one you're going to have to take on your own. And he slides it off the bar, and he kind of looks to you. Do you know where he lives, then, Miss Griblina?
Where is he holing up these days?
Well, he hasn't really left his plot. You know, it's the longest he stayed anywhere, but you still got to take one of the small boats out because he's moored up on that little island out in the river.
Fine. We'll go. How far is it from edge to edge? I'm wondering if we can build a catapult.
It's like it'll take you about 15-20 minutes to row across, or to get Pip to row across the river.
Sadly, my knowledge of catapult building is purely theoretical.
Well, you know more than I do. I've never built a catapult.
Neither have I.
Will I row, or do you want to row, or do we row? Do we take one together?
We will take one together.
Okay.
And then we will row together. And you had better be able to row as strongly as I am, or we will spin around in circles.
Nope. Yep. And he kind of just nods very eagerly at you, Grublina. The boats are moored up along a small little wooden dock. Too small to be a harbor. They're mostly small little fishing and tugboats. There's nothing here. Like, there's no great ship. But he hops into one. And then a Harangan man kind of approaches. Well, sorry, Kriblina, I didn't realize he was with you. Are you taking Tilo's? One of Tilo's?
Yes, we'll be back as quickly as possible.
There's still, and he kind of points down further, but if you want to take that one, and he points to the one that Pip is sitting in, that'll be a gold piece.
Where does Tilo keep his?
And
other than over on the island?
He gestures to two small boats tied up at the end of the dock.
He owes us.
I'm not going to fight you. And he, you can take one of the boats.
Okay. Pip, get in the boat. You sit on the left. That's called port.
I don't have anything to write that down on.
Just remember it.
Okay. Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And he rows with you. If anything, Griblina, you have to row to match him. He's quite strong. Even if he's never rowed before, for his stature, he's quite well built. Or for his stature, because he doesn't look it, but he has quite a lot of strength in him. You make it across the river. There's a thick, heavy fog just sitting there on the bank. And he just holds up his hand, and he casts light above his head.
Well done.
It's not a pony, but and he, like, again, just the top of the rucksack is glowing, and he kind of trudges forward. Do you know how far his house is?
Not far. It's over there. It's over that way.
You see him nervously looking around.
Do you feel something?
It's just that the fog is kind of eerie. And somebody in the guild was saying that water wights can, the fog is a sign of them.
They may be here.
And like,
But there's nothing we can do about that except
he-
listen and be ready.
The color in his face drains as you say this, and he's just nodding at you. And his hand reaches for like a small mace. The other hand still wrapped around a strap.
Push through quickly.
Have you fought one? And he's trying to keep up. Have you fought one before?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better then. And like you see him kind of like roll his shoulders a little bit. I don't know. And like, where do we go?
I would like to guide us through the fog by using the spell Elevate Sight, which allows me to take my sight out of my head and put it some number of feet in the air.
As you do, and it's almost like an out of body experience. You don't float. It's just that your vision is now kind of looking out and down. You see yourself. You see Pip and the glowing bedroll on the top of his rucksack. In the distance, you're actually off path, so you need to turn a little bit to the east. But in the distance to the east, you do see a ramshackle cottage, like a very slapped together, made of any reclaimed wood and anything kind of that may have washed ashore from the river.
All right. We go this way, and we move quickly until we're out of the fog.
And he nods. He's just nodding very okay. And he reaches for you, like he reaches to kind of take hold of you.
He takes hold of my hand, and I kind of shake him loose.
When you do that, he just reaches for like a little piece of fabric on your smock. Like he's just, and you feel.
I reach back and I grab him by the wrist and kind of march him along.
I just like I can barely see in front of my own nose. I just didn't want to get lost.
I won't let you get lost. I won't let you get eaten by a wight. I promise.
You lead him through the fog.
Mm-hmm.
And you, I mean, cottage is a strong word. It's a shack. It's a shack made of driftwood, and timber frames, probably pulled from some other shack. It's old, it's tattered, it's weather beaten. There's moss and weeds growing out of parts of the roof. You see a number of things hanging from the porch roof. And as you get closer, Rubina, you see that it's just one thing, but it's been spread out and open. It's hanging from several hooks. It's the hide of a mirewolf.
Well, he's been busy.
And like Pip gets kind of like he can't see it as clearly. And he leans in, and then his eyes widen with terror when he sees what it actually is. Where did he come from?
He probably shot it. Dilo is highly capable. He is also an idiot.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And he's skirting round the hide. You see, it is most of the fur has been sort of shorn from it. You see, it's a grayish stone color, but there is just these knots of roots and tree bark and dried weeds sort of woven into the skin.
I wonder what he's doing with that.
And Pip knocks on the door.
I'm going to stand back, hidden in the fog, unless Tilo starts trouble.
The door opens. And all yours. What do you want? Good afternoon, Mr. Tilo. My name is Pip Emberlight. No, Pip Greenbottle. I'm with the Emberlight Guild, and I have a package to give to you. This is yours, and you see him hand the package into Tilo. Tilo is a tall, gangly salamander lizard folk. His eyes move past Pip. And you got out here all by yourself, did you? And Pip looks over his shoulder. And are you hiding in the fog? Like, is it just sort of like, are you using it to like obfuscate where you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Pip can't see you.
But I'll step forward.
Yeah. You do know I could see you out there.
I was giving the boy space.
And he kind of looks to Pip. Is what passing for an Emberlight Guild member these days?
He's new.
It looks pretty green. And no, sir,
He
my
is.
name. Yeah, like it's Pip Greenbottle, sir. Green by name, green by nature. You want to come in? And he gestures
Yeah,
to
as
you.
long as you're not. As long as we're neither of us armed.
I mean, I was going to offer you tea, but if you want to duke it out, Griblina, then by all means, we can duke it out.
I prefer the tea.
I would too. I'm not exactly getting any younger. So, tea.
How have you been holding up? I ask as we enter.
Pretty good. You saw, and he kind of gestures with his head to the pelt fur skin.
Impressive work.
You don't think it's a bit strange? Marwolves in the swamp?
No, it's ridiculous. But you did well by it.
And he gestures. You see that he has a bandage wrapped around his right hand. It almost did right by my arm too, but I got lucky, quick. But all the same, I'm a little. And he looks to Pip. Anyway, what about yourself, Gabrina? How's Malin treating you?
Lots of questions, lots of social instruction.
Well, like I said when I introduced you, if you were looking for answers, she'd be the one to find them for you.
And that does involve helping, giving some information. But the guild is interesting. They got a mission.
They do got a mission. Got a lot of rules as well. So
There's lowercase r rules and there's uppercase r rules, and I only care about one of them.
Pip collapses. Just passes right out. The contents of the backpack, the rucksack, spill everywhere.
Pip, I'm gonna slap his face.
Yeah, and his eyes flitter. He's exhausted. You don't know if it's probably is the physical exertion, but it's the physical exertion plus all the heat.
The heat. And being afraid of everything that comes around the corner.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Tilo, would you mind putting us up a night? I hate to ask.
I know you hate to ask. You didn't have to. You can stay. So can Greenhorn.
Thank you.
I'll get blankets, and he goes about sort of just making room for you. The evening is spent in quiet conversation. Like Tilo isn't the biggest conversationalist, and there's a good deal of hissing, spitting.
From both sides.
Sometime in the evening, late into the night, Pip does wake up, eats a small mountain of chowder, like way more chowder than you've ever seen anything ever ingest before. Like 4 or 5 bowls. Tilo is kind of watching, just completely impressed. After the 5th, he thanks Tilo. He says goodnight to you. It curls up in a ball next to the fire, and he just falls into an incredibly deep sleep.
I hope he doesn't get sick.
That might have been the strangest thing I've seen out in Gwaylock swamps.
It's not getting better. The world, I mean.
No, it ain't. You trying to make it better? Is that what you're doing in the guild?
They've got resources, they've got people. But the right answer is going to be an intellectual change.
Oh, I ain't
It's
got the
got to
smarts
be
for you, is it?
possible. Oh, Tilo. We have to change something fundamental. And I don't know what it is. We can live without gods. But this other, I don't know what to do about it. And it makes me mad.
Yeah, it'll do that. It'll cut you right up if you spend a little too long thinking about it. But Grablina, and he kind of gestures with his head to Pip, who's quietly snoring. If you're making the world right, however you see fit, you're making it right not just for yourself. You understand that, don't you? It's for him. It's for all of them. The next generation. The ones that come after us.
I suppose.
He shakes his head. Well, I could sit here and hiss and spit all night like we used to. But I've got work in the morning, so I think I might call it there. Would you tell that
I'll
boy to
think
leave
about
some of
this.
those stuff back when he doesn't need to be carrying all that with him?
I tried. He
Well,
will hear that lesson again.
just tell him I made off with some of it. Tell him I'm a shady crook.
Well, I have no problem with that. And I'll think about it.
I know you will. And I know you don't. And he just smiles. Following morning, when you wake up, Pip is still asleep. There's no sign of Tilo. The rucksack is gone. There's a smaller bag there with some of the contents in it. On the table, there is some fresh fish. It's been pan fried. Some bread, some cheese, 2 canteens full of water, and a little bag of nuts.
Pip, oh no, you've been robbed.
What? 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 Robbed?
That
Robbed?
dirty thief, Tilo, took your rucksack.
What? But that's the guild's rucksack.
It'll be all right. Look, he left you something else.
No.
Breakfast.
No. I had to get that back. That's guild property.
Pip.
And he runs out of the shack.
I chase him out of the shack.
That fog from the day before is just as heavy. It's thicker, almost. And you see him for a moment, and then he is swallowed in these thick grey clouds. You can hear his footsteps. You can hear him running. He just took off. There was no what direction, where did he go? He just took off. And then all of a sudden, you just hear a splash and a spluttering.
Pip! And I'm going to shoot a firebolt up in the air. See if I can get some light in the surrounding area.
There's a flash of light as it shoots upwards. And some of the fog evaporates with the heat from the firebolt. You haven't cleared the thick of it, but there's enough illumination and enough of it just seared away that you can make out the edge of the island here. It's not a massive cliff. It's a sort of dirt. But Pip obviously ran straight off of it and has landed into the river and the wilds.
Okay. I am going to go toward where I believe he is. I will use more firebolt flares as needed. And I'm happy to get in the water if he's further out, but I'm going to drag him back by his scruff.
The kind of the blasts of fire, kind of, again, it's you heard splash, a spluttering, and then silence. As you get to the edge of the shore here, you can just see sort of, it's a short little drop. It's less than half a foot even. It's just a little, but he's lying there, face down in the water. And you see something looking up at him. A water white.
How do the water whites interact with their victims?
They drown them. And they drain the life out of them. They make them as weak as possible. And they drown them.
I'm glad he's not wearing that rucksack. I'm going to try to drag him out of the water. Am I able to do so?
Give me an athletics check.
Okay, one moment, please. This is not the best way for me to do things. 12.
You reach down, like kind of like dropping onto the bank. You just about get a hand, like your hands on his boot. You pull as hard as you can. You feel something holding him, it's like something is tethered to him, and it resists as you pull. And as you throw your weight into it, you fall back and you pull Pip with you. You land into the mud on the bank. He is at your feet. He's not moving.
I'm going to have to attempt to resuscitate him, but can the water white get us from here?
On the bank, no.
Okay.
You do see it lingering. Like it hasn't.
I'll deal with
it. It is. It's just. It's like a shadow under the water, but you can kind of see a vaguely humanoid face.
All right. I'm going to actually. Is this a situation in which returning hit points to him would be helpful, or a situation in which he just needs a medicine check?
Medicine check would suffice.
Okay. All right. I'm going to apply a medicine check to the best of my ability.
If it doesn't, you can resort to casting a healing spell, but a medicine check would suffice.
Got an 11.
It's enough. No. And it's just it's not full proper CPR, but it's just you. It's more like you kind of shake his head and you try to shake his body a little bit, and he starts coughing and spluttering as he just coughs up water.
Okay. Pip, stay there a moment. I am going to move to the water's edge and cast. How far in is the water white? Right on the edge?
Less than 10 feet. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step back a little bit and cast Witch Bolt at it, which is lightning damage if it has resistance. I got a 27. And that is 6 damage. Why does it 6? That doesn't make any sense. Oh well.
The water, it's enough. The water boils when your witch bolt hits it, and you see the Wyatt sort of react violently, like its body contorts and twists, and there is just this shriek, a drowned, gurgled shriek that erupts out of the water. And then you see it sort of swim away.
Pip, you can't run into fog like that. What are you doing?
As you say this and you turn back, he's unconscious. He's breathing, but he's unconscious.
I'm going to try to gently wake him. I'll hold his hands and collapse him.
As you take his hand and you kind of just tap him, and it's just a couple of slaps kind of on the hand first, the wrist, the arm, a little bit of a shake, and a couple of slaps on the face, the chin. They're gentle but forceful. Like you're not hitting him. Miss Scriblina, you saved me.
I told you I would.
And you feel his hand squeeze around yours. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, I made a promise. So, let's get you home. Do you want to eat?
And he shakily kind of stands up. A little bit. Yes, please. I'm starving. You get him back to Tilo's shack. He wolfs down the food, and like obviously he leaves yours for you. The second you offer the ends or the leftovers, anything, he snaps it right up. Back in the boat, back to Gweilach, back to Varan, inside the guild hall. He looks at you. I I have to go report to Orowine. The mission.
What are you going to report?
That we delivered the mail.
Good. If someone asks you about the rucksack, Tilo and I took it because it was stupid.
And you see him smile. It was stupid. And
Feel free to not do stupid things.
Okay. I will not do stupid things. Thanks, Kublina.
Now, get on to Orowine.
Okay, I will. And he heads upstairs. Malin has seen the whole thing.
Well, he's back.
And you're back?
We took a nap.
And a swim?
Water white.
Handled?
It's gone. Boy's fine.
Boy looks to be pretty good.
He eats a lot. Maybe we should have that looked into.
Yes. I'll put it on top of the list of things. Perhaps it's some sort of lasting dark appetite the boy has. So, should we pick up our conversation from yesterday then?
I can't now. I have to figure out what happens next.
Is that the hint of optimism?
Absolutely not.
Right. And she turns on her heel and she heads into the forge and the council office. Somewhere upstairs, you hear Pip singing Wild Mountain Time. And then you hear a drip. You hear Chernos shout your name. And you're standing at the end of the burrow, covered in mud, holding Pip's arm. That is where we will leave this session. Thank you, Kate. Thank you so much for that. That was Paul the Tyrion has said, I didn't need my seeing devices to get this watery.
Well done, Declan.
One of us is a monster. All they've said is you monster, but that could be either of us. Wow, it came in right at the end and it was amazing. Oh, well, thank you so much, Inked Game Master. Thanks for dropping in. That I would hate to be the others in that group in 2 weeks' time. after that. I ooh ooh um oh, okay. Sorry. I'll sit and I'll fawn and I'll uh this has been the quiet between, a sideshow of our Monday night game, the Emberlight Saga. I'm Declan and I've been your game master. A big thank you to Kate and Tony who joined us this evening for some glimpses into the past, at the choices and situations, the experiences and the memories that make us and make them who they are. We're back for the final part of Lights Under Little Brother Lake on Monday. Oh, two big adventures are coming to an end 1 week after the other. Um, and I'm so excited. There is a brand new episode of Romancing the Dungeon out on Friday. There's no random DMs tomorrow night. There's a scheduled episode for tomorrow, but unfortunately, due to health and scheduling, we just can't make it work tomorrow night. So if I'm on, I'm probably on and playing Baldur's Gate 3 badly. So if you want to watch me ruin, maybe I'll play a version where I'm Astarion. That's like Strad. At least it's a vampire. It's close enough. It's vampire adjacent. You can check that out. For if this is your first time here, if it's your first time watching, thank you for dropping in. You can find out more about us over on all social media as D8 Dungeon. We are a group of tabletop role playing gamers. Mostly, I can't even say mostly anymore. We started in Ireland. I think that's a good way to do it. We started in Ireland, and but now we have friends, we have players, and more importantly, friends all over the world who get together to help us tell stories. If you want to be part of that, if you want to hang out, if you want to get involved, then I would suggest you check us out. You can head over to our Discord server. There should be a link to the chat, to that in chat. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, all of the VODs up until Monday just gone are available over on our YouTube channel. You can catch all of that there. And the only other thing I'm going to mention before I bounce out of here, and I don't keep Kate a minute longer, is our upcoming charity event, D8 Dungeon Drive 2026. It is our annual TTRPG fundraiser at the end of the summer, where we organize to raise funds for charity. It's a culmination of a PvP tournament called D8 Dungeon Mania, where you put your pride and your honor on the line to claim top spot. And you build a champion from donations. So as the more you campaign, the more you raise, the more boons and rewards are granted to your character. But if you're not into PvP and you still want to be involved and you want to tell stories, we're looking for game masters. We are currently we don't have any games because we haven't announced the DMs yet. Tomorrow is actually no, Friday. I keep thinking tomorrow's Friday. Friday is the deadline to sign up as a game master for most of the Irish streams. We are working with a Tale of D20s over in the States this year as well. And hopefully we will have Hexes and Vexes on board in Australia, so that we will have it as a full 48-hour marathon on the 28th to the 30th of August. There's a link to the Google form if you haven't signed up and you just want to play. You don't want to be a game master, but you just want to play. You can do an early sign up, meaning the second we have all of our games on board, you get first access. You get first dibs on those. And you get to come in. You play games. We raise money for charity. It's win-win for everybody. It was absolute shenanigans. It's absolute shenanigans every year. But last year we raised over $14,000 for Project Hope, which was amazing to see done and to see happen. This year, I can tell you, we are once again, we've selected Project Hope as our charity that we want to continue supporting. They are working on the ground in areas in the Lebanon, in Gaza, in Ukraine. They are working in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, fighting against an Ebola outbreak. They are on the ground in Venezuela, bringing emergency relief due to the earthquakes. So they do phenomenal work, and we want to continue supporting them. We want, and we want to do that through our medium here at D8 Dungeon. So if you want to get involved and you want to help out, that's the form to fill in. Okay, that's enough for me. I am suitably wired so that my little brain won't go to sleep now. So what I will do is I will sit up and I will write more awful things about my player characters and how I might torment them into the future. But again, thank you to everybody in chat who joined us this evening, and a massive thank you to Tony and Kate for those epic moments tonight. Hopefully see you very, very soon. Okay, take care.